Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Sri Radhe Hari Mataji, when you're ready, you can start Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Um, Hare Krishna to all devotees. Please kindly accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prabhuji, can you please share the screen too? Thank you. नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैवं नरोत्तमं देवं सरस्वतं व्यासं तेजो जयमुदीरते नष्टप्रायेषु अबद्धेषु नित्यं भागवते सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नष्टकी. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Today we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order, chapter 21, instruction by Maharaj Prithu, verses 31 to 41. Verse 31. By the inclination to serve the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, suffering humanity can immediately cleanse the dirt which has accumulated in their minds during innumerable births, like the Ganga's water which emanates from the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord. Such a process immediately cleanses the mind, and thus spiritually or Krishna conscious gradually increases. Text 32. When a devotee takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is completely cleansed of all misunderstanding or mental speculation, and he manifests renunciation. This is possible only when one is strengthened by practicing Bhakti Yoga. Once having taken shelter at the root of the lotus feet of the Lord, a devotee never comes back to this material existence, which is full of the threefold miseries. Text 33. Prithu Maharaj advise the citizens engaging your minds, your words, your bodies, and the results of your occupational duties, and being always open-minded, you should all render devotional service to the Lord according to your abilities and the occupations in which you are situated. You should engage your service at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead with full confidence and without reservation. Then you will surely be successful in achieving the final objective in your lives. Text 34. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental and not contaminated by this material world, but although he is concentrated spirit soul without material variety, for the benefit of the conditioned soul, he nevertheless accepts different types of sacrifice performed with various material elements, rituals, and mantras, and offered to the demigods under different names according to the interest and purpose of the performers. Text 35. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is all-prevailing, but he is also manifested in different types of bodies, which arise from a combination of material nature, time, desires, and occupational duties. Thus, different types of consciousness develop just as fire, which is always basically the same, blazes in different ways according to the shape and dimension of firewood. Text 36. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master and enjoyer of the results of these all sacrifices, and he is the supreme spiritual master as well. All of you citizens on the surface of the globe who have a relationship with me and are worshipping him by dint of your occupational duties are bestowing your mercy upon me. Therefore, O my citizens, I thank you. Text 37. The Brahmins and Vaishnavas are personally glorified by their characteristics, powers of tolerance, penance, knowledge, and education. By dint of all these spiritual assets, Vaishnavas are more powerful than royalty. It is therefore advised that the princely order not exhibit its material prowess before these two communities and should avoid offending them. Text 38. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the agent, internal Godhead, who is foremost amongst all great personalities, obtained the opulence of his staunch reputation, which purifies the entire universe by worshipping the lotus feet of those Brahmins and Vaishnavas. Text 39. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is everlastingly independent and who exists in everyone's heart, is very pleased with those who follow in his footsteps and engage without reservation in the service of the descendants of Brahmins and Vaishnavas, for he is always dear to Brahmins and Vaishnavas, and they are always dear to him. Text 40. By regulating service to the Brahmins and Vaishnavas, one can clear the dirt from his heart and thus enjoy supreme peace and liberation from material attachment and be satisfied. In this world, there is no fruitive activity superior to serving the Brahmin class, for this can bring pleasure to the demigods from whom the many sacrifices are recommended. Text 41. The last text of the day. Although the Supreme Personality of God and Ananta eats through the fire sacrifices offered in the names of the different demigods, he does not take as much pleasure in eating through fire as he does in accepting offerings through the mouths of learned sages and devotees, for then he does not leave the association of the devotees. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity of reading the Bhagavatam. Please, Harinam Prabhuji, take over. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. We can hear you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Just a second. Let's offer the prayers. Om Agyan Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for our Srimad Bhagavatam morning discussion. We are reading very interesting section where Maharaj Prithu is instructing all the citizens, all his praja. So yesterday, Krishna Venu Prabhu has discussed some of the instructions, and I'll be continuing those instructions. So in this whole section, there is the way it is very nicely drafted is for the kings or the people who are on the leadership position, or in other words, the people when there are multiple people dependent on a particular person or a responsible position. So a position of a king or of a parents, of a guru, are very, very crucial to the entire society. For the complete well-being of the entire society, these positions are very, very crucial. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad Yad Acharitri Sheshta Taddat Evatro Jana Sayat Paramaman Kurute Lokastad Anuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, a common man follows. And whatever kind of example that person sets, all the common mass, they follow that particular example. And I want to highlight, this is a very, very important instructions that how to be a leader. And Srila Prabhupada tells that one should follow in the footstep of a great devotees, and that is the way on the progress on the path of spiritual realization. The king or the executive head of a state, the father and the school teacher are all considered to be the natural leader of the innocent people in general. All such natural leaders have a great responsibility to their dependents. Therefore, they must be conversant with the standard books of moral and spiritual code. This is how Srila Prabhupada's instructions to the leaders are. And what we see in the today's society is more like a democratic, or people want to rule over. So mostly where large number of people or all the citizens come and cast their votes, and the person who is more popular or whatever their intelligence, they think that this person will benefit, this person will benefit, and they will vote, and that person will win. And that person, a leader, is not interested. The leader is only interested in getting the votes and becoming and acquiring the position and the post of a country or of a state, or blah blah blah, but not interested or not doing his real duty. And the real duty is to instruct the citizens or guide the citizens to follow the path of bhakti, to take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to make such, to handle or to show his example in such a way that people are inclined and attracted to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So most of these leaders in today's world are practically power hungry. They're hungry to acquire big post, so that the name will come, the fame will come, they will get so much respect. And they want to hold on. They want to hold on even though they become old, even though their body is very hard to give up. They want to hold on those positions. So these are all the attachments. These are the material attachment. The name, the fame, the power, the position, the prestige. And that not just with the kings, even if that happens with the ordinary people. The scale is different, but an ordinary person is also, attached to, I'm the boss of the house, I'm the boss of my company, I have, dependents under me, I'm this, I'm that, and not able to leave this, the position or the upadhi, what we have acquired or have been. Therefore, we need to give up all these upadhis. We need to think the real upadhi is to become a servant of the Lord, a servant of his devotees, servant of the Brahmana, servant of the Vaishnava, and serve as per the material and the spiritual codes and the moral and the spiritual codes. So, giving this little bit background on the importance of the true leaders, the true teachers, the true guru who can guide us, it's very, very significant for the entire human civilization. And therefore, we can see often in Srimad Bhagavatam, the great kings, Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir Maharaj went to learn so many instructions from Bhishma. Narad Muni keep coming and instructing the kings. So very, very important position, because if something is wrong is happening in the kingdom, generally there is a nice example also comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, when a Brahmana's sons were dying again and again and again and again, 9 times, 8, 9 times. So the Brahmana was thinking something is wrong with the king. That's what's happening. And then he approaches the Ugrasena and the Lord Krishna, and then Arjuna was there. This is happening with me. So it's a natural thing that if something is not there, who is responsible? And I was hearing one class, it was mentioned that whatever the action and the reaction or the karmas the citizens perform, the 1/6 of the reaction will go to the king. So if the praja, if the citizens are doing bad things, not following the spiritual moral codes, 1/6 of their karma the king has to suffer. So that is why it's very, very crucial, important position. And every leader should be taught this or told this, or they should be, they should go through heavily understanding the roles and the duties of a king. Then only one should accept this position. Otherwise, they should not accept it. And in the earlier times, these positions are mostly, the Brahmanas, the great devotees, the Vaishnava, the Rajgurus. They are the main people who used to choose their king, who used to select who is the king. Like similar to King Vena. So he became a king, but he wasn't doing okay, and then he needs to be removed. And then the Brahmanas and Vaishnava did, but it needs to be done for the benefit of the citizens. So that was the best system. We may think the democratic way, this is the best system, putting up vote and so many people likes and dislike. And, the people in this world, they try to cheat the praja by giving so many things, this and that, just to allure them to get votes and elected again and rule over. So this is the instructions from text 31. We are continuing. So Prithu Maharaj is advising his citizens now the power of devotional service. What is the power of devotional service? So Prithu Maharaj says that one should serve the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we serve them, what will happen by serving the Supreme Lord? That will cleanse the dirt of our mind, that will clean the pollution which has accumulated in so many births and so many lifetimes we have gathered. So that is a benefit of performing devotional service. So then Prithu Maharaj gives the examples of Mother Ganga. Like when we go to Mother Ganga, what happens? Mother Ganga purifies us. It purifies, and Srila Prabhupada gives one example of a person from Calcutta who never took a doctor medicine. Basically, anything happened, he used to go to Ganges water and drink or clean or take bath every day, and he's always cured from there. So Mother Ganga is protecting that person. So River Ganga, it protects, it cleans externally also and internally also. Why is Mother Ganga glorified? Why it's so been, people, so many lakhs and millions of people are going and taking bath there? Because Mother Ganga, she's coming directly, she has washed the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is why she's been glorified. That is the main reason. So Prithu Maharaj is advising in this verse that one should have the strong inclination to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Srila Prabhupada also quotes Shipram bhavati dharmatma sasvat chantim niganchati, that if you want to be a responsible king, the king should instruct, the king should recommend their praja to take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead and be purified. Because surrendering to him only can purify our own mind and relieve from all the sinful reaction a person gathered. Text 32. Again, the power of devotional service is mentioned again. So, in this verse, again, the cleaning process internally, externally, and the misunderstanding, the mental speculation, everything gets clean. Everything becomes very crystal clear. That only happens once one practices bhakti yoga. So, Srila Prabhupada begins with the purport that we may talk about the power of devotional service. This is the power of devotional service, but what is devotional service? Srila Prabhupada explains the method that in this age of Kali Yuga, the method of cleaning the pollution, the dirt, and this all this what we have accumulated is the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which Lord Chaitanya has mercifully given us and given us the highest thing to achieve the Krishna Prem or to achieve the love, which nobody has experienced before. So easily, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this the highest thing. So chanting the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This can completely purify our entire backlogs. And this process of hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord, one mind is gradually cleansed from all the dirt. So one should have faith, complete faith in the Supreme Personalities of Godhead and His instructions. That if we keep chanting Lord's name, keep improving, keep performing devotional service, we will be purified from all our bad things, all our karmas. Then Srila Prabhupada tells about the jnana and the vijnana. What is jnana and what is vijnana? So basically, what is the jnana? The knowledge. The jnana is to know, to have understanding that one is not this body. And the vairagya is one shows a disinterest in the sense gratification. That is vairagya. So when we practice bhakti, these two symptoms develop, jnana and vairagya. Again, Srila Prabhupada emphasized the process of devotional service. And Srila Prabhupada mentioned that if he performs this bhakti yoga, one directly perceives his advancement in spiritual life. We don't have to worry about karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. So the bhakti yoga is sufficient enough, to give us the highest things. Text 33 onwards. In this verse, Prithu Maharaj is advising the BMW formula. So you might have heard this before, BMW. B for body, M for mind, W for words. We should always remember this, BMW. So Prithu Maharaj is advising that one should engage their body, engage their mind, and engage their word, the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the devotional service. So that is the very nice instructions. At the same time, Prithu Maharaj says, according to your abilities and your occupation. So Varna and Ashrama, you should continue to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead with full confidence and without any reservation. Then you will be definitely successful in achieving the final objective of life. So Srila Prabhupada tells in this verse about the Varna Ashrama, the four castes, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Brahmachari, Grasta, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. Their duties, what they have to do, duties of different orders. So after explaining about the roles and the duties of all this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Srila Prabhupada tells that all these people, everyone's aim should be to satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead by engaging his mind in thinking always of Krishna. And then Srila Prabhupada makes very, very important statement, which we should always know this, that often the Brahmanical person, or the Vaishyava, they are considered the intelligent class, intelligent people of the society. And then Kshatriya, they are like the head. Kshatriyas are the arms which protects. The bellies are compared to the Vaishyas, and the legs are considered to be the Shudras. There is a popular divisions in the society, or a higher or a lower. Oh, Shudra is a lower, Vaishya is a lower, Brahmana is a higher. So So, and often in today's system also, so many castes, higher, lower, low caste, high caste, this caste, this caste, so much has been created practically. So Srila Prabhupada writes that no one is higher or lower. So one should, whatever the varna we are in, whatever the ashram we are in, it doesn't matter. The only matters to us is to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead in our own capacities. We should not, oh, I wish I to be Brahmana, I wish I to be becoming higher things. It should not be like that. Then this inferiority complex will develop. Whatever position we are in, if we are a Shudra, we should be happily performing devotional service. Okay, I am a Vaishnava Sudra, or if I am a Vaishnava Vaishya, if I am a Shudra, I should keep rendering the duties which Lord has told in Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's be the leg and serve the upper three class, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Brahmanas, and satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I am a Vaishnava Shudra. But we should not be, I become a Kshatriya or I become a this. One should happily perform these duties. Then these different differences will not come. Then Srila Prabhupada tells to be situated in a lower status of life is not a disqualification for success in devotional service. The only qualification is whether one is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, he must be open and frank and free from reservation and performing his particular occupational duty under the guidance of proper spiritual master, he can achieve the highest success of life. Then Srila Prabhupada quotes the 9.32 from Bhagavad Gita, Striya Vaishya Tatha Shudra Te Patiyanti Param Gatim. It doesn't matter what kind of, varna we are in, whether we being woman, Vaishya, Shudra, Kshatriya, we just need to engage our body, our mind, and our words in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we can definitely go back home, back to Godhead without a doubt. Continuing from 34, I'll go quickly now. There's no time practically. There are very, very lengthy, long purports and so many instructions Srila Prabhupada is quoting from all different ways. It's very interesting to read, but very little difficult for me to summarize everything in so less time. Then the next verse, Ritu Maharaj is telling about the Supreme Lord. This is text 34, that one should render devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord. This is not this, yeah. Yeah, it tells that Lord, he accepts different types of sacrifice with many material qualities like ritual, mantras, ingredients, names, and the purpose of the performers. So we should continue to render all the sacrifices if we want to achieve any material desire. You might have seen in the olden terms, the kings used to perform varieties of type of sacrifices, Ashwamedh sacrifice, or this sacrifice, that sacrifice, like Maharaj Dashrath performed sacrifice to get the son, So different type of sacrifice, tapasya has been performed to achieve some material desire or some things. So Srila Prabhupada writes that these are different yajnas. They should be performed, but their ultimate goal should be to satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead. And it's known these activities are called Karam Kanda. They are certainly contaminated by the three modes of material nature. But we should oblige to perform these yajna because without them one cannot be happy at all. So these yajna, to some way, as I mentioned, contaminated, they also contain the touches of devotional service. So they are not fully contaminated. They also have touches of devotional service because they are satisfying the Supreme Personality of God in a way. So Lord Vishnu should be given at the central position in those. So eventually, this small tinge of devotional service or bhakti, it purifies the material nature of the performance. It purifies the whole yajna. That's what Srila Prabhupada writes about different yajnas. And Srila Prabhupada quotes again the very famous verse of Bhagavad Gita, Bhuktaram Yagara Tapsa Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. So the Krishna should be the angel for everything. Srila Prabhupada again writes a very famous verse of Bhagavatam, Kama Sarva Kamuva Moksha Kama Udaradi Ivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajate Purusham Param. That is, whether a Kama, a devotee, Sarva Kama, a Karmi, or a Jnani, or a Yogi, all should be encouraged to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by performing devotional service. That will all one can get material and spiritual profit simultaneously. So this is a formula. If we satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead, if we love Him, worship Him, all our needs, our everything will be taken care. Generally, in the material world, we are always worried about our needs, material needs. But if we surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead, trying to follow the instructions given by the Brahmanas, the Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, all our needs will be fulfilled. Krishna takes care. Krishna takes a charge of his own devotee. So next couple of verses from, let me go two more and then I'll wrap it up. The text 36, King Prithu is expressing his grateful attitude to the citizens, and because they are performing devotional service, they are performing their occupational duties also. So they are bestowing your mercy upon me. So I said, oh, my citizens, I thank you. It's a mutual benefit. If the citizens and the head of state are engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they help one another and they mutually get benefited. But if the king is not doing it, the king will share the karma of all the citizens. Imagine such a big responsibility. And the king will become a dog or something. There is a story also. If somebody has to be punished, make him a king. Will not do good, he'll get so much bad karma, and he'll become animal. So another text, 37. So 37 onwards, the section becomes different. In this 37 section onwards, the glories of Vaishnavas and the Brahmanas are described. And basically, it's been told in text 37 that one should avoid Vaishnava Aparadh because they can destroy the plant, the seed of our bhakti. One should give more respect to them. They are more powerful than the royalty. One should not be so much prowess and should avoid offending them. So Srila Prabhupada writes elaborately about the Vaishnava Aparadh and how this Ninda, Guru Avagna should be avoided. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also tells two major instructions: chant Hare Krishna and never criticize my devotees. Very, very important instruction, that never criticize. That can attract the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada warns in his purport that these offenses at this Brahmanas or the lotus feet, they're very, very destructive. Very, very destructive. It ruined the whole family of Lord Krishna, the aparadh which has performed by Samba to a Brahmana. In fact, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not happy with Sachimata, his own mother. She has caused aparadh to Advaita Acharya. So one should know that this is the Hatimat, this is the biggest aparadh, to offend Brahmanas, to offend Vaishnava, to criticize them. We should always be careful doing that. And then again, Prithu Maharaj is again telling that these devotees, this Brahmana, they have a great staunch reputation which can purify the entire universe. They purify the Mother Ganga even, Mother Ganga is worried. So many people will come and put sinful reaction. But, pure devotees will also go there and take the bath. So Mother Ganga will purify it. So pure devotees, the great devotees are very, very powerful. They don't exhibit it, but they are very, very powerful. They can purify the whole universe. So, Srila Prabhupada quotes, Namo Brahmanaya Devaya, Go Brahmanaya Jagataya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namah. So, one should serve these Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. One should please them. One should follow their footsteps with all their hearts. Because these Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, they are very dear to Krishna. They are very dear to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by serving them, we also become dear to Krishna. We also, gets all the good godly qualities. Text 39, no, text 40. Text 40 onwards. So again, it tells that by serving this Brahman and Vaishnava, one clears the dirt from his heart and enjoy peace, liberation from material attachment, and be satisfied. Srila Prabhupada quotes, Tandere Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivas, Janme Janame Hai, Eya Vilash. Birth after birth, I desire to serve the lotus feet of the acharyas and live in a society of devotees. So these are the aspirations of devotee. The devotee, they are always eager to render service to the great devotee. They request the Lord, Lord, please give me the birth. Being an animal, I want to be close to your devotees. These are the aspirations of devotees. Text 41 and the last. Very, very important. Again, especially for the Grihastha Ashrama, this principle is explained that one should give charity, one should feed the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, because feeding them is equivalent to feeding Lord Vishnu. So this Lord does not take as much as pleasure in eating, through the fire or through the sacrifices, but he eats and accepting the offering through the mouths of sages and the Brahmanas. Because he does not leave the association of devotees. Srila Prabhupada quotes very famous verse, Naham tishtami vaikunthe yoginam hrideshu. Lord Krishna, Lord is telling that I don't live in Vaikuntha. I'm not living in Vaikuntha, not in the heart of the yogis. I remain whereby my devotee engage in the glorifying my activity. The Lord is telling that where Lord heart is, where is Lord sitting? He is sitting in the heart of his own great devotees. He is present there. So we should get, this great Vaishnava, Brahmanas, we should serve them and consider them, as a representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and follow them, follow their instructions. And this is the way we can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for being a little bit over time. It was difficult to comprehend everything in so small time.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, a very long purpose also this section, but you nicely summarized, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Prabhuji, thank